At the beginning of 2017, the church leadership set several goals to ensure that by the end of the year 2020, we would have grown as a church, spiritually, numerically, and in our influence in society. We're now reviewing our progress and getting ready to achieve all that God gave us to do in the 2020 vision. But what is the purpose of the 2020 vision? Why are we pursuing it? Is it something that neatly fits with a new decade? Or is there something more, something deeply spiritual, maybe even prophetic? The 2020s are going to be years of change and transformation in our society and in our personal lives. It will be a decade of enormous challenge. Many elements are working together which will come to some kind of climax or fruition in the 2020s. Society is set to move further and further away from God. This will promote greater intolerance of Christian views in the public arena. Political correctness is already becoming social correctness. Anyone who does not agree with it is publicly vilified, excluded, or simply ignored. Political correctness tells us how to think about God, the Bible, sexuality, marriage, society, economics, and even religion. Social correctness tries to force us to comply or remain silent. These are the dominant and controlling influences in education, politics, business, science, philosophy, and the media. We are being pressured to accept a certain view of the world which is largely non-Christian or even anti-Christian. The next decade will probably see a transfer from one monarch to another. Her Royal Highness Queen Elizabeth II has been a bastion of Christian principles and she's held on to the faith. In many ways, she is the boldest Christian voice in the nation when it comes to faith in Christ. Will her successor be the same? Certainly, the new generation of monarchy is going to be very different from the traditional monarchy of the past. It will be far more liberal and far more open to different religions. Her Majesty carries the title, the Defender of the Faith, which was originally given by the Pope to King Henry VIII because he wrote a tract against Martin Luther. And the Pope said, "You deserve to be called Defender of the Catholic Faith." But when the Protestant Reformation came to England, King Henry kept that title, but meant it to mean the Defender of the Protestant Faith. When Her Majesty was made Queen, she swore an oath which committed her rule to promote and defend the Protestant faith as defined by the 39 Articles of the Church of England. Now, all that seems very old-fashioned. People today accept Catholics, Protestants, nonconformist churches, even the 100-year-old Pentecostal churches have become increasingly accepted. We're also living in multi-faith Britain. The next coronation will look very different from the last one. But it seems inevitable that the 2020s are going to bring higher levels of intolerance, even persecution for Christians. The British Constitution is likely to be challenged, and the loss of a sturdy Christian monarch seems probable. This is the prophetic background of the 2020 vision. All these things show us that Christians must be ready to rise up and meet the challenges that lie ahead. That is why we're working hard to inspire action on the part of our church members. The cell groups are set to make a big difference as each cell leader and every cell member works to make the vision a reality.